Hello humans and welcome to Atlas Mega 10 Mondays. It's that time again when we discuss all things Atlas and all things Shin Megami Tensei and everything else in between in the Atlas universe. So sit back, relax, and let's see what we're going to talk about today in the Atlas Mega 10 universe. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. On today's episode... Hello humans and welcome to another episode of Atlas Mega 10 Monday. That's right. And today, let's give an update, even though you haven't seen one, on Shin Megami Tensei 5. Now, the fact that we haven't heard anything is actually a good thing, and it's a good sign, guys. I know that, many of you are impatient, and I hear a lot of voices out there thinking this game's going to be canceled, and, just looking at the glass half empty. And you shouldn't, because this is really a matter of business. One thing you have to realize that right now, the most important thing is to get Nocturne out there and make it a success. So once I knew Nocturne was going to be out, the second quarter, and they missed the first quarter for Shin Megami Tensei, I knew it was going to be backed up at least until June, and I have, good reasons for thinking that, more business reasons than anything. First, let's put things in perspective, at least in the proper perspective. It would be insane to release both games at the same time, just because one would cannibalize the other, right? If anything, Nocturne is going to serve as a appetizer, if you will, something to bring people in to the game, because it has so much hype and it has such a legacy, right? And you're also bringing in Dante, which gives you just a broader market for people that, for example, have been playing Devil May Cry. So it's sort of like marketing and advertising at the same time, and the game has to be successful. And the more successful Nocturne is, the better in general it's going to be for Shin Megami Tensei 5. Now, let me tell you guys that Sega Sammy, which is the company that owns Sega, they're doing rather well, right? This past month they've actually lost about 2.88%. Now, guys, since I'm going to be talking about stocks, let me say that I'm not a financial advisor, right? We have to put that disclaimer out there, make sure we don't get into any trouble. These are just my opinions, okay? And if you guys need financial help, you should consult a professional. But I am going to make more videos about stocks specifically. If you guys are interested in those things, I'll give you some information on that, at least my point of view, so on and so forth. But the reason I'm going to read these numbers to you is because I want you to know the strength of the company and what I'm basing my opinions on, right? And overall, the company in the last 3 months is actually up like 5%. In 52 weeks, it's up 27%, which is great. In the past 5 years, this company's up 42%, right? So Sega's numbers are looking better and better overall the last 5 years. But one thing, if you go into the history of the company, actually they topped out like in 2018. Their shares were, probably up another 30% than what they are now. But if you look historically, especially during the months of July, right, during those quarters when they announce their earnings, they tend to spike. Not always, but generally they tend to spike a little bit. More, of course, in the Christmas time, but you also get a bump during the middle of the year. So that leads me to believe that if they had anything big, they would try to release it just before then or just before Christmas. So if this game is not going to come out before June or July, it's definitely going to come out before Christmas, if they're going to launch it at all, right? Now, I am pretty confident that the game is, say 90% done, and they're just working out the tweaks. They already know what direction it's headed in, so on and so forth. They might need another, couple of months to finish it off. I don't really know. Not a lot has been put out there since their last releases as far as information. But one of the best places to go if you guys are really, really interested in details regarding the company, so on and so forth, are actually the company reports, right? And you can look at Sega Sammy. I'll give you the website. It's segasammy.co.jp, and you can go /English, and you can see more or less what the company's all about. But you will get information in there regarding their quarterly reports or meetings, so on and so forth, and you can get information based on that. You get fiscal year results, the presentations, and if you have the time, you have nothing else to do, you can read you can read them, and that's how a lot of journalists actually get their information. But I'm looking at this just from a business perspective, right? And the smart thing for these guys to do would be, number one, to promote and release Nocturne to the best of their abilities, to make sure that foundation for a future market for Shin Megami Tensei 5 is laid, and the anticipation is just building. And really, what the release of this game will do, it'll give them a projection as far as what their numbers are going to be. Now I know they're highly motivated based on what they did with Persona 4 on Steam, because they're starting to find out that there's a huge appetite for these games outside of the PlayStation Network, and hopefully that'll incentivize them to do more. Now I'm gonna make a video about a remake or remaster I think they should do next week, and that's what I'm working on now, because I think there's it's time for them to remaster some of their old properties. I think there's a lot of value there. But getting back to what we're talking about here, and Shin Megami Tensei 5, I think the foundation has been laid. We have to go through Nocturne first. We got to look at those numbers, see how it performs, not only in Japan but internationally mostly, right? And then have a worldwide release of Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is really what the plans are, right? And the smart thing to do would be, in looking at their past graphs and looking at where the company peaks, if it's not going to be during the beginning of the summer, it's going to be late in the fall. If not, they'll probably wait till next year. But I don't think they would. I think the latest this game is going to come out would be prior to Christmas, but then it's going to be battling with a bunch of other major releases. And with the anticipation that this game has, if I had to bet money, and I'm a betting man, I would put a strong possibility that this game comes out before the summer. So guys, be patient, be positive. Let's enjoy Nocturne, and hopefully I gave you some perspective on why the game is being delayed. I'm sure COVID had a lot to do with it, but at the end of the day, guys, we really need this game to be successful, and it looks like they're taking all the steps to make sure that this game is marketed properly. Alright guys, thank you for stopping by. Just wanted to give you some quick info. I'll see you again next week on another Atlas Mega 10 Monday. And next week is going to be the game that Atlas should remake. Alright guys, I will catch you on the next one. Take care. New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.